Welcome! You want to watch US American Netflix abroad? Then you found the right video. If you're anywhere outside the US, you probably noticed that you cannot watch your US Netflix. Well, this is not the main problem. The main problem is that in many countries you have much less content on Netflix compared to the US. The problem is basically that Netflix sees exactly where you enter the internet and sees a lot of other things too. And they can only show the country-specific version because the media licenses are bought and sold by country, not by your nationality. So if you are somewhere abroad, let's say you're in Portugal, then you can only see 540 movies compared to 4,400 in the US, and probably some of those will be also Portuguese movies. And about TV shows, there will be only 220 TV shows in Portugal compared to 1,330. So in the US you have 8 times more movies available and 6 times more TV shows. So if you're traveling, that kind of sucks. Or if you're an expat and you prefer to live in Lisbon or wherever, then you will have much less Netflix content available. But you can change this very easily with a VPN. And I'm going to show you at the moment here. You can see I'm logged into Netflix and I'm using the US Netflix version right now, because if I check my IP, I have to reload this. I was in Spain before, but now, as you can see, I'm in Alabama, surprisingly, because I'm actually using a VPN and I tried Tampa. Actually, these websites are not very reliable. I tried some other locations and they don't show the correct locations always, by the way. I logged into Japan and they showed Singapore, so they seem to be confused. But here with ExpressVPN, I'm logged into Tampa right now. It says VPN is on, and here I have a lot of locations in the US. Don't make the mistake to just click here. Like if you want to connect to the US, just click the United States, because there are so many locations. And if you just click on the US, it will automatically connect you with the US New York server. Well, there shouldn't be a big problem, but everyone or most people use this one, so it's much better if you use a different one. And also some people then claim, well, it's not working with Netflix. But guess what? If you only use this one, then yeah, maybe you might run into some problems because everyone's using this one. So just try several. If it's not working, like usually for me, I don't use the New York one very much. So I just choose another one and usually it's working for me. But like once in a while, there's a problem and then I just choose a different location and everything's fine. So you can do that. By the way, maybe you know, there is exclusive content in different Netflix countries. So in the US, of course, you have a lot of content, but there is some specific UK content, which is only available in the UK. Some stuff is only available in Australia. And of course, if you're a fan of Japanese TV shows, I mean, they have some funny stuff there, then the Japanese Netflix might be interesting for you, or some Chinese stuff or Indian stuff. Below in the description, I have a list with good VPNs. So just check this out. Just go below, click on show more, or if you're on a tablet or mobile phone, below the video on the right, there is an icon you can click on, and there you will find a list with good VPNs. My favorite is ExpressVPN because it's super easy to use, it's super fast, and it works amazingly with Netflix. And it does not matter which country Netflix you have, by the way. So if you have a Portuguese Netflix account and you use your VPN to log into the US, then Netflix will think you are in the US and they will have to show you the US version. So that's the charm. Yeah, you can even decide to install this on your router and constantly just log into the US internet. Then you have all the options of using Netflix, Hulu, HBO, and so on. Then you just need some US payment systems, but there are some options there too. Maybe I link to them also in the description. And you can even install it on your smart TV, Apple TV, PlayStation, and so on. That's a great advantage. I already showed you that I can access the US Netflix. Let's sign out and then just go to a different country. So now here we're netflix.com. So which country should we choose? Let's say we want to watch the French Netflix, and now I'm reloading. Now I'm checking. Okay, now I'm in France. And actually I'm closing this and I'm clearing the browsing history, because it can be a problem if you still have the Netflix info in your browser. Now I'm going to Netflix, and as you can see, it automatically redirects to the French Netflix with English language. And now I try to sign in. And now you can see I can use the French Netflix version and watch the French and European series which are available here. But I don't know exactly which ones are only available in the US and which ones are only available in France. But as you can see here, I'm in the French European version of Netflix. The advantages of a VPN are primarily safety and security and privacy, because maybe you don't know, but your router and your internet service provider are saving your internet history, so you can delete your browsing history in your browser, but it's still in your router and your internet service provider. And then of course public Wi-Fi, hotel Wi-Fi can be dangerous, and they can also see what you're doing if they want to. Then company Wi-Fi, then your company can see what you're doing. If you're using it with your mobile phone, for example, mobile cell towers can see what you're doing on your mobile internet, and hackers could access all those different points, and of course also government agencies. But most people of course use VPNs to enter any country's internet. So basically it's an international internet service provider, and you can use this to watch US Netflix, US HBO, Hulu, Pandora, and many other services which are only available in the US, or which have much bigger media libraries in the US, such as Netflix. Some small disadvantages: of course, it might slow down your internet, especially if you try cheap VPNs or free VPNs. I'm talking about free VPNs in a second. Then it might disturb your internet. But usually good VPNs, you don't even notice any slowdown. And also, if you log into different countries and then try to sign up to services such as Google, then you will get a critical security alert. Then you just have to remember that yes, you logged into France, for example. Then you can say, yes, it was me, because I wanted to watch the French Netflix or the US Netflix wherever you are. Google keeps track of where you are, and if you suddenly use a VPN where you're completely encrypted, don't send any data to them basically, then they will give you a critical security alert. But then you just have to know that yes, you did this and you used the VPN to surf anonymously on the internet. I have to warn you about free VPNs. If you don't believe me that there are many dangers of using a free VPN, and by the way, they're not working with Netflix anyway. But just Google free VPN dangers and you will find a lot of content of well-known tech magazines which will warn you about the dangers of free VPNs. So I'm sorry. I mean, yes, it costs something to get an international internet service provider, but first of all, it secures your whole internet. So also when you use free Wi-Fi hotspots, then you can be fully encrypted and safe. But overall, it's not that expensive, I think. Good VPNs have much faster servers in many different countries where you can log into. Also super easy to use software. So ExpressVPN you can install on any device without any problems. At least I did not have any major problems with ExpressVPN. They don't store any data about your internet usage. They have high security encryption, unlimited bandwidth, and you can use several connections at once. So there are a lot of advantages of using a premium service. And they have a customer support 24/7. So if you have a problem, you can just contact them and they will help you. As I mentioned before, below in the description, I will have a list of good VPN providers. My favorite and the one I use, as you could see, is ExpressVPN, although it's a little bit more expensive than the other ones, but actually for me it's just like one Starbucks coffee, so it's not that much. I really like the service. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And I hope now you know how to watch US Netflix abroad, or watch actually any Netflix version. And it doesn't matter which Netflix account you have. So even if you have a Canadian Netflix account or a Portuguese Netflix account or a Spanish Netflix account, you can watch the US Netflix anywhere on the planet. So I wish you a lot of fun doing that.